And we're back. It's time to discuss the second map. It's do or die for Dignitas, and we're going to Nuke. I'm going to speak to our analyst once again as we come into this and look at a map that you guys are confident, as it seems, that Dignitas will take away here. But how much does this first loss maybe affect them going into it?
I've seen Dignitas come back from a loss and win the whole event. So, and I've seen it res too. So I think the first map can be just drown out. It doesn't really matter because Nuke is definitely Dig's like forte. I think definitely Dig has a good advantage on Nuke. It's a matter of closing these rounds and not being nervous. They need to not be nervous. They just need that confidence. They need that XP3 boost. They need to be ready to play their game and not worry about res, not worry about the fact that they lost the map.
Yeah, I think getting the pistol round and then getting a 3-0 start is definitely going to help Dig, depending, especially if they start on the T side first. But just getting out to a strong start is definitely going to help them get over that first map, for sure.
Yep.
And obviously, if they do take that pistol, they can't afford to get forced. There's now no room for errors, right? They do not want to go 2-0 in this. They've come this far. This is what our dream matchup that we expected for the finals happening early on here. But Nuke hasn't been played yet, but we're also semi-unaware of how Rez might actually play it here. So does that kind of sit in the back of their minds, maybe having a lack of insight into what actually could be taking place for Rez here?
So both teams here come with a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
Rez never played Nuke. Okay? They never played Nuke.
Fresh.
That's already a huge unknown. And honestly, Dignitas, it's a new Nuke. You know, who knows what's going to happen? A lot of the smokes are similar, a lot of the basic strategy is similar. But removing, like I said earlier at the beginning of this matchup, removing the catwalk in a strategy on this map right now can be really, really crucial for CTs. It's so much easier at old CTs. And unfortunately, that's going to help Rez a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough for them to win this map. If we have a solid, versatile CT from Dignitas, meaning if we see Goose roam around, go everywhere, like she's known to do on Nuke, I think they have a big advantage.
Yeah, Dig just being a more experienced team together, especially going through an ESEA season, playing Nuke, definitely helps them, but watching the way Rez plays in their like duos where they're just going in with 2 people and just trading efficiently that can turn the game for them as well, and it can catch Dig off guard, and you know, a couple rounds here and there, and it could really go either way.
So even though obviously we praised Dig's performance, like Cody's going with an either way potential here. Steph, where are you looking at for this?
If they can cut Zaz and Gianlu's push CT side on Hut and Ram, because I'm 100% sure they're going to do it. If they don't do it, they're going to lose. So if they do it and are successful, then it's going to be a close map. If they can't do it because Dignitas is like countering them, I think Dignitas is going to win this map.
And we spoke about it before, of Dignitas potentially playing scared against teams. They didn't show that in Inferno, despite being down, despite even losing the map again. They showed fight in them all the way. Do you think now, though, they can pull this out of the bag? Do you think that ultimately, despite, obviously, we spoke about it with the skill difference and stuff, and maybe Rez having the slight advantage in that, do you think this will then give them the advantage because of the tactical side of things?
Again, you know, on Nuke, post-mats are really hard sometimes, depending like where you do it. Lower is huge. It's really big. Post-mats can be really hard if you don't talk properly. And it's the same thing goes as CT side. Retakes are hard. Like, it's just a hard map. So if we see mistakes like we saw in Inferno regarding the post-mats where people were not cross-fired or people were not trading well, in up-number situation, Dignitas lost rounds 5v3, 2v2 with bomb planted, and like the no kit, you know, and they still lost these rounds. This is going to be unacceptable on Nuke. Unacceptable. They cannot afford to lose these kind of rounds, especially CT side, because you need the utility on Nuke. You just need it. You need those mollies, these smokes, these retake flashes. This is going to be super crucial.
I think it's important that Dignitas gets out to a strong start here, just because when you look at Rez, their experience on LAN, it gives them an advantage that if they go down, they know they can come back regardless of the map. And to me, they have the 1-0 advantage right here, so it's almost like a throwaway map. So I think you see them get scrimmy and make a lot of individual plays.
Okay.
So it can throw a wrench in Dignitas's game plan when it comes to it. So I'm actually leaning a little bit towards Rez here. right now.
I like it. I like it. So we've got 2 on the side of Rez. I've even convinced Cody to come over to the European side. And now we've got Steph dealing with North America on her own.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know.
You're used to it.
Yeah, like you said, I'm being the Moses. I'm being the Jason of this panel, you know?
We'll get you a flag, don't worry, you'll be fine. But Canadian one as well.
Yeah, because it's 2 Canadians.
2 Canadians in there. You've got the pride, the respect from it. Now, we're not far away from the knife, and I know that's going to be coming up very shortly. But what I wanted to look at here as well, Cody, is how would you be, say this was your team, right, in this situation, what would you be saying in words of encouragement if you're 1 map down going into this?
Yeah, go ahead. You're the coach, go ahead.
If I'm Dignitas, I'd actually want to like assert my authority against them and do something really fast and tempo and control the pace of the game. It's always a huge advantage to grab that from the team, especially if they end up starting T-side. It definitely helps a lot to be able to throw the Ts off and seesaw their the timings on them and when you're pushing and how fast you're going and dictating the pace of the game.
Yeah, I think breaking the nerves in between the maps is probably extremely important as well. Pretty much, I hope they've, did something as stupid as push-ups, like jumping jacks, like something that can repump your adrenaline, repump your energy, and pretend map 1 didn't happen.
Yes.
Because I think they need a mental reset here, and we all know Dignitas is can be a little bit emotional, can be a little bit taken by the momentum in good and bad ways. And I think right here they need these players to just like shake it off, think about something else, sing some songs, the cameras.
Sing some songs.
Well, just relax. We're looking at them right now. They seem a little bit tense, which I don't like to see. Like, I want them to smile. I want them to have fun.
Relaxed, right?
Yeah, because I think that's what Dignitas is known for. They have fun when they play. They're friends, right? They're best friends. Yeah. They need to loosen up and remember that right now if they want to win you.
And yeah, this is it. It's just do or die. Otherwise, they'll be having to play for that 3rd place match. And it's the pride. It's the matchup we've been waiting to see and look forward to now. We've got a little bit more waiting to do, so we will talk further. It's not a problem. We've got plenty to say on this anyway. But when you're looking at this matchup, when you're looking at these games, on paper, everyone was like, oh yeah, Rez should take this comfortably. Dignitas showed on Inferno that they could fight back. And if you added up the rounds that it was so close, we would have easily been in overtime, or Dignitas had the potential to take that. Like, even though it was 16-11, it wasn't a 16-11 game. It felt like it could have been a 16-14, kind of 15-15, almost overtime style. So how I would take that away if I'm Dignitas in this stage, I'd be thinking, well, actually, it wasn't our map pick, and we go into our map pick. We had a respectable session on it. Now we can take advantage of it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think Inferno was a 50-50 map.
Yeah.
For me, I think both teams kind of struggled on it. And
in groups especially.
The first half was really rough to watch, let's be real. You could see the players laughing at themselves a little bit after some whiffs. It was pretty rough. We were making jokes, okay, this is going to be on Reddit tomorrow, unfortunately, it kind of happened. But, the end of the game was a little more solid. Yeah. I think being on the stage as well for the first time for some of these players, maybe not the first time, but, for the first time as a team together. Yeah. Going back on the stage after so long, okay? They haven't been on the stage for, a year now? After so long, even if you've done it for years, you still get the jitters.
Of course.
And these jitters are out right now. This is map 2. We need to see some good quality Counter-Strike here.
We do. Speaking of when you look at Dignitas, when we're talking about how they're more tactically apt at having a game plan and stuff like that, and when you look at the way they even played Inferno, I think they had a better game plan and better attacks than Rez did. Yeah. But they lost it in those after plans like you were talking about, and that experience of just staying calm and knowing that, we can retake this bomb site even in a 3v4 and the time's ticking down. It definitely just came down to that experience and the little bit of nerves that we saw from Dignitas.
Well, we're ready to go. They're ready to play Nuke. We're going to our 2nd map here. It's Dignitas taking on Rez. Dignitas need this game. They cannot afford to lose it. Hugo and Snods, what have you got for us?
I don't know, but whatever's going to happen, I'm sure it's going to be a great map and, of course, match. We had to Nuke Snods.
Yes.
Obviously, favour of Team Dignitas coming into this one.
Potentially, yeah. Obviously, pre-thoughts going into this one. Dignitas being a team that like Nuke. A lot of the times, Nuke is banned versus them in these female matchups, so interesting to see, actually, that it does make its way through the veto. So have we seen maybe Potter, expect this in the veto? Maybe has reads on Dignitas playing versus them on CLG Red, bringing forward the NA strategy from that in towards Europe, essentially. And what are we going to see? Any reads, any counter reads, any set plans to try and counter what Dignitas usually bring to Nuke. Obviously, with the recent changes, it may be rather hard to transition.
Yes, definitely. And Zaz is confident as well. She's already brought up the Julies on the pistol round, so not my favourite guns, but we'll have a look. Either way, Team Dig kicking things off on the T side, so Res Gaming definitely favoured for this first half. However, let's see what kind of executes we expect from Team Dig into this map. Of course, it being their pick means they should be prepared coming into the T side especially. A very difficult side to pick up rounds on the board historically. Obviously, it's starting to get more levelled out and people are still learning this new iteration of Nuke, obviously, with it being recently adjusted.
Well, going into the pistol round now, obviously for Dignitas in the last matchup, winning both pistols and still losing 16-10 really goes to show the different caliber of players potentially between these two teams. Artstar making their way towards Under Heaven as they charge up, trying to see if they can find the frag, but unfortunately, Potter finds one. Goes 1 for 1 in terms of trades, in terms of the numbers. Artstar, Goose Breeder do find frags apiece as well.
Oh, but Antika almost turned it around there with 1 kill. It's going to be a run and gun for Zaz with the CZ, with the Julies. She won't find a thing, and you can see Emily just considering picking them up and then go, no, terrible idea. And rightly so. Team Dignitas, first round on the board here on the T side, definitely kicking things off to a good start. But let's take into account, Snods, when we saw them pick up that first pistol round in the previous map, they got straight up reset by the force buy of Rez. So, certainly something to worry about if you are Team Dignitas. Play safe. You've got triple MP7 coming into this one as well. Double rifle. You're up against the pistols and armor of the Res side, but not too heavy on the investment at the least. Emulite and Gooseberry are going to shut down this round anyway, so we're not seeing too much come through for Res Gaming. Zaz does get herself a gun, but again, the issue is when you're picking up these MP7s up against full armored, including head armored players, especially players like Gooseberry and Rain with rifles, it's not going to be the most effective weapons. Zaz looking for a one-on-one here. If she can take another kill, turn this into a 2-on-2, this could be perfect, but the issue is Dig don't even want to take that fight. They just opt to wrap towards the hell side. Zaz getting aggressive. Holding the angle is going to beat Rain and Goose Breeder, but suddenly Antika grabs a kill in the meantime as well. They wrap up to the top of Heaven. Antika trying to find the angle. Zaz wrapping in through the lobby so she can get a position as well.
They know exactly where both the players from Rez are. And they still go towards Heaven. Zaz with a wraparound as well. This should be an unexpected play here. Team Dignitas, or should I say, Emily and Goose Breeder now in the 2 versus 1. But are they going to be anticipating the flank from behind? And Goose Breeder's going to go for the peek. And Zaz still wins it.
That's a good fight as well. Gives her an AK for free. Emily only on an SMG on the site. And Zaz can spot her. Bombs out in the open as well. Emily can't pick it up from this position. She's got to go wide. And Zaz finds a shot. Happens again, Snods. Not just Inferno, but it's also Nuke. Res Gaming are the pistol gods.
Yeah, really goes to showcase the individual skill we have on this roster. Yeah. Zaz, Antique obviously showing up there, able to facilitate these force buy victories, even though they're heavily disadvantaged, right? Towards the A-bomb site, they spot both Antika towards default A. They also spot Zaz playing towards A main. Dignitas had full control towards Heaven. They can go towards ramp, get in towards the B-bomb site for free, and they can plant towards B, and that shouldn't be a 1-1 scoreline. This should be 2-0 for Dignitas. They knew exactly where Res Gaming were.
Well, the counter force for Dig, let's see how much they can get done with it. They look towards ramp early on, but Antika's on the other side with the SMG. Zaz able to rotate into the lobby if need be as well. She's on top of the hut. So Res Gaming ready and waiting for this one. It is going to be the push out through ramp. Already forced back towards the CT, but Giuliano is there in hell. She's going to be able to find 2 kills. And with the support from Potter as well, there should be a complete mop up here for the Res side. Another player dropped by Giuliano. Vilga coming in as well, trying to make some money, and she does. Although the flank from Artstar will at least trade things back, however, with just the Glock. And no gun picked up just yet. This should be the round here for Res Gaming. Artstar, if she gets anything more done, I'll be very impressed. Potter going to get aggressive and try and chase down this kill. Needs to be careful. There's no reason to throw away this gun, and she realizes that. Of course, even against a Glock, she should be confident, but there's no reason. With no teammates to trade her in that position, she'll just fall back to a more passive angle, and there we go. 9 HP, only just makes it out alive, but it will be a 2-1 for Res.
Exact same narrative we saw in Inferno. Dignitas picking up the pistol. And then coming into these force buy rounds, Res winner the pistols. They now win versus the force by Dignitas, and they have full control of the money going into this half. It's going to be the 4 rifle setup here for Res Gaming, 1 SMG there for Antika, so she can try and farm up the cash with the SMG. Full eco coming out from Dignitas, so this is a round for Res Gaming where they can have a clean anti-eco, 4 or 5 players staying alive, stack up cash as well on the SMG. This should be a very affluent round where they can gain a lot of cash.
Well, Glock splitting in through main and the Squeaky will go absolutely nowhere, Snods. clean wipe from Res Gaming. Again, they've been pretty good on these anti-ecos. We've only seen, I think, one round on Inferno where Dig actually picked up an eco, and that was on the A site where they managed to get into a post plant and shut down
After plant as well.
Yeah, a bit messy. We won't talk about that. But 3-1 up for Res, having no issue with getting into this buy now for Dignitas. They are going to have that AWP on Emulate. No AWP for the CT side, but there's no armor on Emulate. You've got to be very careful. Nades outside could land well as well, but they won't. Emulate's found that first pick. Juliana trying to look for anything here, but it's damage all across the board, mainly in favor of Team Dignitas. Everyone going down for Res. Not a single kill. What has happened outside?
1 versus 4 now. Vilga spots them coming in towards A. Lines up the first frag. Milk is still low. This is, oh my goodness, gets a second as well. Goes down towards Heaven. Gonna maybe try and resituate herself in towards A main. Poor timing as well. Emulate with the AWP holding towards under Heaven may be caught off guard. Vilga coming in towards A main now, currently in Garage, expecting Goose Breeder or the AWP from Emulate to maybe go for the peak. Sows her position, and Goose Breeder, nice easy headshot, lines up that final frag, sorry. 3-2 then as we go into round number 6. And the aggression, confidence push from Res Gaming. The thought was there. They expected an outside take coming in from Dignitas.
Yeah.
Instead, they're met by HE grenades that don't really connect much damage. Res Gaming put so much faith in those HE grenades to really dent the health bars from Dignitas. Obviously, for Res Gaming, extremely easy cleanup frags. Oh, well, they thought it would be extremely easy cleanup frags, but instead Dignitas winning all of those Angels.
Yeah, I'm just surprised you sent 4 players outside and can't get a kill. Good work, though, from Dignitas to get themselves back on the board here past the pistol. And now, Res looking for the reset. Potter on the AWP, holding that outside. Now they give up a lot of control, playing passive, but they're allowed to do so because Giuliano, she's here as well in the stairwell. She's going to get damaged. Molotov in. She's got to fall back as well. Doesn't want to be forced into the open. Not with many Dignitas players there as well, so she just plays passive. Still got Potter holding the cross. So Res should be able to contest outside. Dig haven't passed by main right now, so that's why Potter hasn't striked, but there she is. First shot coming through. Tag as well. Emily going to be able to get the response off with her own AWP, so we're back into a 4-on-4. But with damage taken heavily on the side of Dignitas, they have to be careful. However, no utility for Res to combat this. It's a slow down here for Dig as they try and isolate another frag here. Juliana's dropped down B. She's not any threat. Team Dig look for a kill on A, and Rain finds it. Zaz going to be caught in main as well. Artstar will come in with a frag, and while she gets flanked from Antika and goes down, her teammates there in main to save the day. So 2v1. Earlier B player that wasn't actually spotted in a while at least is going to have to rotate back up through the stairwell and try and find this clutch. But to be honest, with the bomb down, with her sneaking the long way round, she's going to have to speed on up if she wants to take this.
Has the defuse kit there in her arsenal. Rain is low, playing towards Heaven. Goose Breeder is the most difficult line of defense there for Giuliano in that 1 versus 2. Obviously, if she wins that duel there towards her, 1 bullet from the M4 would have taken down Rain. She could have tapped the bomb, baited at the peak. The bomb was planted for only Heaven, so it's a stick or a bait for the peak towards Heaven, essentially. It's the only options you have there. But 3-3 now, Res Gaming out of cash. They went for the audacious push towards outside with the HE grenades, didn't actually net themselves around victory, put themselves into an awkward position now where they've lost 2 buy rounds in a row. Dignitas are the ones fighting back now with their economy going in their favour, and it's represented by their buy. 2 SMGs coming from Milk and Goose Breeder, and see if they can effectively stack up some cash.
Ooh, damage done by both sides, so it's finally going to turn out into the favour of Dig, but for a second it looked a bit dicey. Zaz now in the position that Giuliano once had, down towards the lower stairs. It is still going to be Dig solidifying this round. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. They just have to work out where this last player is. If Zaz gets an opportunity to get a gun, then maybe she can save it or even go for that. That's what I would imagine.
Yeah, obviously there are 2 weapons down that have been dropped. So maybe the goal here for Zaz is to salvage one of these weapons, obviously drop that over or even keep it yourself, allow yourself to buy extra utility. We've seen so far how important the utility is on these retakes and holding these sites, the rush that'll come out from Dignitas towards outside. The after plant positions as well, which have been so crucial, but nevertheless, though, Zaz still somehow finds one and will eventually be taken down. 4-3 as Dignitas find themselves with the lead once again.
Bit of a miscommunication there, but Dignitas will still win it. So, as you say, 4-3 and Res Gaming on the AWP. That's going to be in the hands of Potter. No AWP for Emily just yet, but they have the money for it. Won't opt to buy. Playing safe with the full rifles. Although Emily, she's been doing a good job with the AWP so far this series. Was slow in some of the games in the group, but this is definitely a different story. Goose Breeder as well, obviously getting all the entries in the world as we expect from this player. She has been great this event. Zaz holding the gap in the door. There's going to be Artstar just trying to look for the peak.
Still, 5 versus 5 though, minute 25 seconds left on the clock. Little gap there in towards door, but Zaz not going to be going for a peek, instead goes down towards CT fence. Here's the grenades being deployed towards the A side, makes her way up, finds one frag, but good refrags here from Dignitas.
Yeah, Gooseberry and Rain coming back in with one each. Now the bomb site's going to be under the control of Team Dignitas. Molotov over towards their heaven stops Antigua from climbing back up, and her teammate's already stuck there. Potagon can't go for the peak with her team. As she waits for Potter to come back up, she sits in the Molotov. Not too sure what happened there. Rain's going to get that kill. And now Rez have 2 players left up. They should probably just go for the save in this situation. You want to hold on to your money. Dig have a 4v2. They have the bomb site and everything with it. Antigua just going to probe it. She can find a frag. Maybe they go for it, but don't want to risk too much here. Saving that AWP on Giuliano, and Antigua falling off as well. Rez going to look to try and save these guns into another rainy day.
Dignitas looking good here on the T side of Nuke. Obviously, you can see there's a lot of preset strategies that they've gone over in the server. Their default as well towards the outside into the A main, and obviously Huts splits towards the upper bomb side have been extremely effective so far. It seems like the weakness for Rez at the current moment is how do they deny the A splits? Through A main, through Hut, through Squeaky Door. Zaz playing close towards Hut, finds one frag, instantly traded out via A main. Do we need to see an AWP that comes out from Potter towards outside to hold these angles? Do we need to see a rifle go in towards Garage, play the off angle, only hold towards A main and completely give up control towards stairs? There has to be some change and maybe some reconfiguration here for the CT side of Res Gamer, because right now they're giving up too much ground for free.
And we're going to see how experienced they are on this map as well. This is a great example to see if they can change these dynamic CT setups as you want. You know, how much do they really put into Nuke? And obviously with a new addition to the lineup, that being Potter who strikes first, are they ready for this setup? Potter's opened things up at least towards the outside. Rez, player advantage early on. Zaz going to be watching that main push, but with 2 players still sat towards the garage, Team Dignitas have to be very careful in this outside approach. Tika's just playing for information down on ramp as well, so Rez, no real need to get aggressive and try and force a pick here. Milk's actually going to take down the AWP with Potter outside. Milk doubles down, 2 kills her way as Potter and Giuliano are going to be dead, and Rez left with 3 players up.
4 versus 3. Antigua. Oh, Rain.
What? How did she not see her?
I don't think she saw the weapon there, but unfortunately Antigua still goes down. 2 versus... it was 2. 4 versus 1 now. Zaz last alive. Was towards the A-bomb, so has gone towards A main, but a very, very nice shot there from Artstar to find that final frag, and we can see a completely different Dignitas. Smiles, looking elated. Obviously, you saw what happened in Inferno when they got reset instantly after the pistol round.
Yeah.
Just by the faces, you can tell they were just disjointed, and they weren't in it to win it.
(6-3), a pause coming through. I can only expect this to be a Rez tactical. Although no one's speaking, oh well, I don't know, Giuliano's speaking, so at least try to call something. But it seems that Dignitas has paused for the time being. We'll find out. They seem very vocal. XP3 as well coming in, maybe even a tech.
Ooh,
okay,
no,
Rez pause.
It is a tactical from Rez, but I think the issue is, can maybe XP3 talk during Rez's tac pause?
No.
Exactly, so maybe that's
talking to the admin who's
yeah, exactly.
Admin, so it's okay. Maybe some technical issues their side, but yeah, definitely a good time to pause for Rez. 6-3 down on the CT side here of Nuke. They should be favoured in this one, and of course, while it's not their map pick snods, and while it's not a map the Rez are known to be comfortable on, again, they're coming into this one with confidence after taking down Inferno. However, clearly not as well prepared moving into the second map. They've got to be very careful.
I mean, they really do. Obviously, this is Dignitas' home turf, going into Train as well. A matchup that could easily be 50-50 for both of these teams. And for Dignitas, this has to be the map where they can gain their confidence back. They lost their confidence on Inferno. They won both pistols and still lost 16-10. Coming into Nuke now, they have to have a convincing scoreline here, Hugo. 16-9, 16-7, something that can give them the confidence going into the next map, that being Train, where they feel like we can actually beat these girls. We can out-aim them, we can play more strategic, we can have better set plans, better defaults, better overall play. Because remember, for Res Gaming, until last night, they hadn't lost a map versus another female team in 11 months.
Pretty ridiculous stuff. But times change. And Rez, this may be another map loss unless they sharpen up very, very soon. It's not. Pistols out.
Pistols are definitely out, as it's going to be just a quasi-buy coming out from Rez. into round number 10. You can see they're going to be leaving about $2,000 left in their bank balance across the board. Obviously, Potter having $4,000 so she can afford the orb once the next buy round comes to the foreground. But until then, as we said before, exactly the same scenario how they won Inferno. With just CZs, Kevlar, able to land those 1Ds, land those double tap headshots with the CZs, and get to that 16th round of Inferno. So, you know, you can't really let up or give too much ground here versus Rez if you are Dig.
3 nades though on Rez, maybe set late towards the outside if we see presence there. They're all going to go out. Damage done to Goose Breeder Milk and they'll push with it. Issue is range on the top side as well and they won't be able to get the range with those pistols to take it down. Milk as well following up here on the T side and it's been a clean take so far from Dig. They're not going to be having any issues yet. In fact, that will change. Vilga gets 1 in the lobby, but Zaz dead in main. Even though Vilga's got a gun, Team Dig should be able to get the bomb down and win this round. It's all down to whether Vilga can either hold on to this gun or continue to do damage, take players away. And of course, that can affect Team Dignitas' economy moving forward, but for the time being, it's looking very strong, as are they. 7-3 is going to be the score after this round, as Vilga maybe opts to hold on to this rifle. And honestly, you know, this is such a good map for Dig, right? And you know, we are going to see Rez on that T side, so where they're far more comfortable as well. But do you really think this is a map that Rez can even take, even, you know, with their aggressive puggy T side style? This is Nuke Snods after all.
Yeah, I mean, obviously in terms of, well, the argument being Rez having the more skilled players individually, we've seen so far that Dignitas definitely playing better as a team on Nuke, but individually in Inferno, you could see the difference in terms of the caliber of players individually when it comes down to raw aim. Obviously on your T side, you can dictate the pace. You decide where the battles happen. On your T side as well, you're the players that are going for the aggressive faces, making the peaks happen. So there is more control, or the advantage is really there for Rez on the T side. The issue is obviously, historically, when we look back at Nuke, in incredibly CT-sided maps, so the fact that Dignitas already 7-3 up and having the 4-round advantage early on their T side of Nuke does not bode well later on for Rez. But nevertheless, it will be the double op setup, and maybe this is the final piece of the puzzle for Rez's CT side to find themselves back into this one.
Well, let's have a look. They go fast-paced towards outside once again. This has been a staple of their T side so far. Team Dig very quick towards Secret. Wall of Smoke's down, and Artstar still stuck in the lobby. Milk will be going down through the smoke. That's 1 kill for Giuliano, but still Team Dignitas get down to the lower bomb site, so this is going to be an issue for Rez. Retake potential on the cards. Giuliano hears all these footsteps, and Potter gets caught outside. Going to get shot off by Artstar on the silo. So now that Rez at least know 1 player's on the flank, they've got to be very careful of their backline. Antika down on B. Not wanting to shoot her teammate as Dignitas get aggressive on this bomb site. And Rez, they don't need to push until the bomb's down. They can just wait until they hear that plant sound and then they can contest, knowing that 1 player will have, obviously, the bomb in their hands. That's why we're not seeing them get too aggressive here. Vilga, in the meantime, does drop Artstar, so that flank is gone. And now Rez knows that every member left is going to be around this bomb site. Bomb plant coming in, and Rez looking for the retake now. Flash going through, they're going to begin.
Big frag here from Goose Breeder. Will deny the flank coming in towards Vent, and adds an additional position where Giuliano and Antique have to be so wary in this retake now towards the B-bomb site. Off-angle played by Rain, very smart. Obviously, the off-angles, the positions where Rez Gaming aren't expecting these players so early, obviously, towards Vent, playing the off-angle there, obviously extremely popular, but Rain playing the off-angle towards the, well, long position on the B-bomb site, towards the double windows, catches that second frag off guard, and obviously in the 1 versus 3, and Tika really having no chance at that. So 8-3 now. This might be there might be a point here for Rez where they just switch off. They already have the 1 map advantage. Give Nuke away to Dignitas and think about Train.
And you can just see the difference in the player cams from Dig and Rez. Obviously, Dig looking very happy, smiles all round, as you would be 8-3 up on the T side of Nuke. But Rez not seeming to be the same. No smiles on that team. No one's happy with their performance right now. You know, again, as you said, Snods, they get to lose a map, you know, for 11 months up until this event. Now that may be happening again unless they can sharpen up. They have found that first kill into this round, but again, you know, 8-4 is hardly a positive scoreline if they were to find this entire round. They've got to pull a big comeback, and most of it needs to be on the T side as well.
Interesting point to note as well. Giuliano taking the AWP, and for good measure it seems, away from Potter. She finds the first frag towards B lower for the Soda Rez. Goes for the second, just misses there off the pixel from the extra frag, but eventually forced to leave ramp redundant here. Gives so much opportunity now for Dignitas towards the B-bomb site. Instant rotation there from Potter.
Yeah, and Rain going to find another kill onto Zaz, so still Team Dignitas clawing this one back slowly but surely. Bomb can go down the site, but look at that player towards back decontamination. That's going to be Potter. She's ready for this one potentially. Bomb plant going to come in, and Potter, will she go for the peak? No, smoke's down, so she can't actually fight.
So, 8-3, bomb is planted. 2 versus 3, so there's an advantage here for Res Gaming into this round. No defuse kits though, which means time is of the essence. Headshot angle being played by Amelia. Rain as well found the first frag in this retake scenario onto Juliana.
The question is, did Juliana see both players there? If she did, they can jump on the bomb because they know they're in the halls. Vilga going to take down Emily, but her teammate needs to get on the bomb. No one's defusing. The time is running low, and Rain's delaying Potter on the push. She's going to win the round. An ace for Rain here for Team Dignitas. 9 on the board. Big mistakes made by Rez as well. They are not looking good here.
Do we see a pause now? Even then, 9-3 down. Rez still opting to go straight back into this one. No time to breathe. No time to try and change what has been working for you, what hasn't been working for you. Potter as well. This is the thing that happened on Cobblestone when they lost versus Ares, right? Whenever things go south, it seems like Giuliano takes the primary AWP role away from Potter. Maybe in terms of, you know, if we look at a team like... Gosh, my mind's slipping right now. Anyway, I'll come back to that thought later. 4 versus 3 here. Man advantage still for Res Gaming, obviously. They've retrieved the weapon there from Antica with the AK. AWP instantly going to be disregarded there from Emulite, obviously, versus the pistols. The AWP is far more versatile.
Yeah, you can see Potter doesn't want to break the bench. She doesn't want to give away a position. Goose Breeder's already into the site. Vilga dead. Goose Breeder with a double kill. And finally, Potter comes in with some response, but it's now a 1v1. Potter still known to be in this position. Emulite stuck in the halls. She'll slow things down, back all the way off, playing the mind games here as she sneaks around the corridor. Potter doesn't know where Emulite's gone, and even though the HP is low, Potter's not very well equipped for this. She's only got a pistol and no armor as well, but look at the flank. Emulite may be getting completely hounded as Potter comes in, going to check the vents, wrong position, but she still will be able to find a gun. Can't get that reload. It will give away a position. 6 bullets in the clip. Not expecting Emulite to be coming from the lower decontamination door as she's wrapped all the way around and she's found the angle. She's seen her. Shots missed. Potter as well. Can't get the reload. No time for it. Emulite wins it. And Team Dignitas 10-3 on the T side. Will this streak ever stop?
Double digits now in the first half for Dignitas and the T side of Nuke. Something we're not expected or even used to seeing. I mean, a lot of the games we casted as well in Pro League, Hugo, or the most recent matches on Nuke, it has been heavily CT-sided, right? The only real option the Ts have had so far on this map in the current meta, which is so new, is the A splits via A main. Apart from that, going towards B is a struggle. No more wrapping towards heaven. Your default towards outside now only really gains you advantage towards A main, which sets up the A split. But apart from that, things get so awkward. But the point I wanted to allude to earlier, Hugo, was similar to Cloud9, where Stewie 2K is the aggressive AWPer and Skudula is the primary AWPer. Is it the same scenario here with Res Gaming, where Juliana just takes the AWP when she wants aggression on the CT side?
Well, I mean, Antique's on the AWP now, so who even knows what's going on?
That is a very good point.
It is 10-3, and I think that's going to create a lot of madness across this team. We don't see Juliana pick up the AWP too often over Potter so far, the games we have seen.
Yeah, it's only been in times of desperation, really.
Yeah, and this definitely is one of them. We're going to need a big hero play. Vilga looking for the first kill. Molotov down, she gets stuck in it. Emulite, great shot to catch her off the top of the box, but it's Zaz to trade. Coming in for Res Gaming. They finally have a player advantage, and Antique are going to keep it that way. Giuliano even flanking on the hunt, doesn't need an AWP to play with, as Potter's going to finally finish it off from main. Everyone stepping in, a kill each across the side of Res Gaming. A 4th round on the board. Yes, there's money for Team Dignitas moving into the last round of the half, but if Res find this 5th, and maybe, just maybe, they can keep this game close.
Well, let's see. This time it's going to be Res on the reverse. Obviously, we're used to seeing 10-5 scorelines in favor from the first half, from the favorites here at this tournament. Res Gaming having those tremendous leads. Instead, they're now up against it. T-side from Dignitas has been so strong so far. You can see why teams constantly opt to ban it versus them. They have a very strong, comfortable, as remember as well, comfortable default on this map. It seems like towards the A site, with these A splits via A main, they're always able to find the trade frags crucially and swarm these sites. And the retakes between Inferno and Nuke have been extremely different.
Oh, Zaz again missing the shot. It's Giuliano last time who couldn't take down Rain on top of the silo, and she'll survive another day. Big mistakes made by Rez. Again, they can't finish off this kill with the M4 for some reason. And Dig again aggress outside, continue to push up. Milk won't check the corner, there's a player behind her. Potter going to get the kill with a CZ75. No need for the AWP at this point in time, and she will follow up. Well, that's going down instead, actually. Goose Breeder also going to take a kill from the Dig side. So 10-4 looking like 11 as they have a player advantage again. And Rez, all 3 players on the A bomb site. If Dignitas walk down into B, yes, they're grouped for the retake, but they're not going to be able to defend the site. Artstar will even follow up. Vilga dead. And no utility left, no AWP, limited weaponry for Antika. Juliana can't even finish off that kill outside. This is not turning out to be a good round at all for Rez Gaming.
Failed flashbang. Doesn't connect onto Giuliano, able to find the frag towards heaven. From behind, Antika from Squeaky Door finds 2 of the UMP, goes for the third, lands the dink. But with 3 HP, you can see the shock and she just shrugs it off like that was easy, not even close. And survives that round and wins the 1 versus 1. Antika denied the 3K.
And I don't blame her as well. 11-4 half. This is ridiculous. You never see this on Nuke. And yes, Rez, never count them out of a game. Always still in this until it's over. But this is not going to be an easy comeback. And one thing to say for sure, Snods, they need that pistol.
Yeah, the thing as well here, which you've seen a lot for Rez, is they're always the one that starts with the incredibly strong half. And then things go south early on. They lose the second half pistol. They lose the second half buy round, sorry. And then suddenly they start waking up at, 11 to 11, 12 to 12. This time it's the complete opposite. They need that momentum on their second half to begin with. They cannot let this pistol slip. Otherwise, we could easily be seeing, 13 to 4, 14 to 4 scoreline. And at that point, Dignitas surely can't throw this one away.
Dignitas so far has shown they came prepared on this map, but how is their CT side? We've got the kit smoke on Emulate. We've got full armor on Rez, a common buy for them. Especially on Nuke, they're just going to bound in towards the A site, show presence on ramp, and then go towards the lobby. Gooseberry is already on the hunt. Rez have taken control towards the A bomb site with no CTs here shown from the early aggression up on the ramp. Team Digger fully rotated off, but now they're setting up for a 5-on-5 retake. They're going to need a couple of quick kills here to get back in, but already there's trades. Vilga and Potter both going to find frags for the T side, but instantly it's switched back round. Vilga's now the last player surviving, stuck on the site, trying to force a 1v1. She'll hear the footsteps, but she's also trying to focus on the player in main. She's dead. And Gooseberry has made this happen. 3 kills of the USP. And 12 rounds for Dig.
I was hoping for a competitive second map here, Hugo, but the second half pistol may stray away from that. 12 to 4 is going to be the scoreline. 8-round advantage here for Team Dignitas now on their CT side of Nuke, the favoured side as well, remember. As they're now going to go against the full eco from Rez. But then again, there is definitely discussion and argument we have whether or not to go for the force buy into this round. You're down 8 rounds. You have $2,000 to work with. Ooh, yeah. So Potter before buying this smoke could have dropped over an AK. We could have been seeing like a Na'Vi, Zeus, CIS sort of buy where you have those 1 or 2 AKs, 2 players on Deagles, no Kevlar. You try to go for concept plays off the back of the AK, for example. Take those risks because right now they're going to be down 13 to 4 before they even have rifles in their hands.
Taking a bold move for Rez here. A team that we expect to force quite a lot, but give it up to try and contest this match. You can still see they want to win this map, even though it's starting to look very, very good for Team Dignitas, and we do have outside control from Rez. Smokes is down, so they're at least expecting that. Team Dignitas should know this is some sort of B play, and Emulate's actually rotated in response. She's down, actually, so she's up outside. Looked like she was down, but then again, that's a map on Nuke. You can never tell where anyone is. Goose Breeders are on B instead. Rez Gaming going to make a bit of noise as well. So Team Dignitas should have an idea of what's going on here. With these smokes down, with the presence spotted as well, and no one seen on anywhere else in the map, this is becoming more and more clear by the second this is a B play. Vilga shows presence outside, but Antika's got to break a window if she wants to make her way into the site where Gooseberry is doing damage. 2 kills. Potter to trade with the Glock, but it's only a Glock. She's left on it. Finally finds an SMG to play with, but again, this Deagle for Vilga is going to have to step up because Antika's not a well-equipped at all for this fight. Potter going to be dropped, so that 1 weapon gone, and now it is just a 6 HP Glock left on Antika. This round seems to be over. Dignitas 13 on the board.
3 away from forcing train. Don't know about Hugo, but I'm definitely going to be putting my money that we do see that third map. And coming into it as well, I said, Dignitas need a substantial lead, not only for the victory, of course, into this matchup, but the confidence that comes with such a tremendous advantage when finishing this matchup. If it does go 16 to 4, for example, they're going to be going into train knowing we can outplay these girls, we can play better Counter-Strike than them, our strategy works, our game plan is effective, our coach has such great input, and it's going to be, this is nice to see as well, a tactical pause, the first one of that, which really goes to show how one-sided this matchup has been and how little resistance Dignitas have found so far on Nuke. But first pause here for Dig. On the first buy round, on the second half, 13 to 4 up, they want to leave no room and no chance for Rez Gaming to come back into this one.
Yeah, I like it. Just showing confidence again and kind of like a show to Rez going, okay, 13 to 4 up, we're still taking this seriously. We still, know that this team is definitely able to come back. But also, this has got to feel so demoralizing for Rez, having to sit in a pause, not be able to talk when you have 4 rounds up.
Yeah, quite tilting as well, because it lets that...
it's like the classic pause. Who was it that called it? It's like
Astralis Fnatic.
That
Cash,
was it. That was it.
E-League Major. Was it E-League?
Wow, I think you just got that.
It was where Dennis
right.
was in the 1 versus 4, whatever it was, like what, 15 to 4 or something ridiculous?
Yeah, and they called the pause just to say, and they said in the interview afterwards, just to show Fnatic, you know, you didn't take it seriously, but you should, you know, and that made them think, and Fnatic weren't happy with that.
A confident Astralis is a scary one, definitely.
Yeah.
But
Dignitas.
yeah, I mean, what happens during this 2-minute pause is obviously Rez just sit there looking at the scoreline. It lets it sink in. You are 30-4 down. You are being completely dominated by Dignitas Female currently. In terms of frags as well, who's leading the charge? 19 there for Rain, and 19 as well for Goose Breeder. That's quite a name, isn't it? Goose Breeder.
Are you saying quite literally? Yeah.
Do you have any Welsh in you?
No.
Oh, okay. Quite Welsh. I'll be sheep breeder.
Okay. No comment. No comment. I'm just going to leave that one hanging.
No, it's fine. It's fine, mate. If you haven't got anything to, you know, throw into the discussion, just end it.
No.
13-4 though, and it is going to be the 9-round lead here for the CT side of Dignitas. 5 AKs come out from Res Gaming, so they're instantly lacking the IGL and AWP from Potter. But a 1-for-1 affair here towards the A-bomb site. Vilga taken down as well as Milk trays that frag from behind as well, probably pushing in towards Hutton coming from the flank. Goose Breeder playing towards outside, splitting towards above A main and towards Silo. We'll find the first, I say the first frag, but the first frag towards outside as Goose Breeder finds Giuliano. So a 2 versus 4 here, and this pause seems to have worked.
Yeah, nothing working for Rez right now. This is, well, this was their opportunity to get back into the game on this bye, but to be honest, 14-4 if they don't manage to pick up this 2 versus 4, and then Dignitas should just be able to close out the map because Rez won't have the money to play with, especially with no bomb plant, and that doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon. Portas doesn't even have the bomb, it's outside. And she's just looking to try and open things up on the A-bomb site, walking out through the hut. Team Dignitas littering the entire map. Players all around, and Goose Breeder, she's going to do it. So 14-4 here for Dignitas. A very confident start to the second half as well. Did not allow Rez any chance to get back into this game. And now with 2,400, Rez are actually going to opt for, well, at the moment it's looking like an eco, but if you're going to be playing for overtime at 14-4 and then going 15-4, that's just optimistic, to be honest.
Yeah, you're going to need to, what, win 11 rounds concurrent, no room for error. Extremely unlikely scenario that being, but Rain actually nearly gets a collateral headshot there, finds 4 frags versus the unarmored opponents, that being Res Gaming and Goose Breeder with the final frag as well. So 15-4, 11 match points there for Dignitas. It seems like we're locked in here, almost as if it's fate that we're going to be seeing Train in a full-fledged best of 3 as well. This is what we wanted to see. Dignitas, especially after Ares took the dip out of this tournament as well. Obviously the shock upset from Squared where, okay, what is the level here for Squared? How much have they improved in between these tournaments? But these are the 2 teams we expected to see in the final, and because of this Squared upset, Dignitas are facing Rez a lot earlier on than they expected.
Yeah, and to be honest, if Dignitas play off the back of the momentum into the third map, there's a very good chance they could even take this going on to Train. Definitely a map they are comfortable on. But Rez, they do like the plug-in and play factor of Train. Very simple to pug that map.
Very simple to pug Train.
Yeah, this is a conversation we were having earlier. If my mic's going to pick me up, all you need is a standard. I don't even know if my voice is going out to the stream at this point. All you need is a standard A smokes, and it's pretty simple, right? A couple of smokes on B, but you only really need that one towards the connector. You can easily pug Train. In comparison to a map like Nuke or like Overpass, it's not quite a collision barrage, but it's certainly a...
Yeah, I'll agree to disagree. Okay. Just because, while yes, the smokes are relatively easily, quote unquote, it's more about timings and synergy as a team. You know, a lot of things are happening at once on Train. Pop takes, Ali takes a one, and all has to come into one perfect timing. But anyway, enough of Train. That's it for the next map, obviously, as it should go that way. But it's still a 5 versus 5 here. 30 seconds left. Rain finds one towards the B lower ramp. And now we see the one-play advantage, but instantly traded out there by Potter, close range with the AWP, but Goose Breeder chimes in.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything Rez can do in this situation. Zaz tagged down, 20 seconds on the clock. Dignitas already beginning this rotation towards the site. It is very clear that Rez are going to be committing to that bomb plant that goes down. Potter still on that AWP. Now these CTs start to group up and coming together. They need to push at least as a team to allow the trade potential. Artstar coming in through the vents. No one's holding the angle. Zaz is close, but she's so low. Flash come through. Zaz turns back around, looks at the angle, but Artstar's going to miss a shot. And now with the wrap coming in through vents, he may have this for Reds. But Potter dead in the middle of the site and leaving it to just Vilga. Some would say one of the best players on this team, and Milk is not going to check the angle. Vilga just holding strong. She knows no one's on the bomb. They start to stick it. She sprays. 2 kills coming in for Vilga. She may just be able to take this one here and now. Goose Breeder, 2 kills on her as well, and she'll stick the defuse, sorry. Vilga running out into the open, but Goose Breeder, she's going to run out of time. So Dignitas, they won't take the game here. Rez go forward another round.
15-5. See Vilga there laughing that one off. She had no idea why no one checked towards the door that was open towards Squeaky. But I guess the discussion is for another time. 15-5, still 10 match points left for Dignitas, and they will be instantly going in for the bye. Res Gaming, obviously, there's not a scenario where their money's low, they could be reset. This is match point, literally, even though they only have 5 rounds so far into this matchup. So, smoke coming out towards in front of Squeaky allows for potential to go down vent. Obviously, I'm not sure if the vent has been broken just yet, so there will be a sound cue that Dignitas can listen out for. Slow outside default as well from Res Gaming, which might allude to an eventual commitment towards the A site via A main, via Hut, via Squeaky if they can split towards the A site. Probably the most effective and common strategy on the new Nuke.
Yeah, but look at this from Vilga. She's already got a kill on the A site. She's just going to sneak on out. 2 frags for her. Vilga opening up onto the A bomb site and Zaz going down in the meantime. But Vilga still has a sight. The smoke's missed. Just landing on the rafters, but not really the spot that she was aiming for. That flash is going to make things difficult as well. Vilga turning back. Goose Breeder could have gone for the kill with that, but didn't want to overextend and lose her life considering she's already low. Rain's the player to be pushed up on ramp. The only player with health, really, or more than 60 on the side of Dignitas. Rez, very, very slow here. Coming down to the wire. Vilga still stuck on the site, but she's going to call for support. So players pushing in with the bomb as well. Juliana can get this plant. Goose Breeder can't stop it. Team Dignitas have to play for the retake, and they've got to play together. Flash in for Goose Breeder so early. Her team weren't even close to being pushed in. Emmy Elite smoked off in main, and the other member of the team, Rain, stuck in the lobby. They're still going to find the kills. Now it's on to Vilga again. Needs to defend from match point, and it's going to be Emmy Elite to take her on map point, sorry. Dignitas will find that second map. 16-5. Pretty simple stuff, I would say.
Oh, simple indeed. Defaults towards outside on the T side. Very strong after plants as well. You can see how comfortable Dignitas is on the map Nuke. In terms of the Inferno after plants, things look so messy. The jitters were there. They had to shake off the rust, essentially, as Miss Harvey says on the desk again. Even though these players have stage experience, you know, there's such a big gap in between these female events that the rust definitely does fester between these events.
Oh, for sure, but this is going to give a whole lot of confidence with Dignitas. Again, Rez not going to be happy to have clearly fallen off from what we expected from previous events and previous placings. Only now in this event starting to lose maps, and that's going to be not only confidence granted to the Dig, going, okay, we brought this to a 3rd map, we were close on the 1st map, this could be really good, but also now Rez are going to be potentially tilted, potentially worried about this 3rd map. Mental game is going to play a huge part.
It is. It's a tough decision here. Obviously going into Train, we'll talk about that one just in a second, but I'm sure there's people actually out there who want to talk about Train. Let's see what the analysts have to think about that one.
Well, before we get on to Train, we've got to look at Nuke, and what a dominating performance it was. Dignitas saving themselves. Joining me on the desk once again is Stephanie Harvey. You're ready to deliver probably a very happy speech at this stage because you're now evening it up 1-for-1.
Yeah,
they have the skills.
Apparently we have a fight like in AEU right now on stage. You're really trying to push that fight.
I just am proud.
I'm proud too. We have a game now. It's 1-1. I want to say I'm not surprised that Dignitas was so strong, but I'm not surprised. Honestly, they executed the plan and the plan worked. The whole game, Rez was kind of lost. Honestly, the rotation was slow. They didn't know how to take control of the map. They just didn't. It seemed like a team that never played Nuke together, and unfortunately, that was the case.
Well,
that was the case.
It was the pistol round, right? So again, Dignitas claim a pistol round, but then they get forced, and I'm thinking, okay, are we just going to see a repeat now? Is this a danger zone? But once they got going, it was Dignitas' show. only 5 rounds, and that's not just a convincing win, that's a dominating performance. And like you were saying at the beginning, the tactical play from Dignitas, how they're comfortable on these type of maps, it just shows how unprepared Rez was there. Like we said, maybe Rez might have a chance, or maybe they've been working on it, but that just looked like people that were playing it for the first time, if we're honest.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, and Dignitas is really surprising me with the pistol round, let's be real. They won 3 out of the 4 pistol rounds, and they should have been, for me, it should have been a 4 out of 4. They made just a little mistake on Inferno, but they're really solid on these pistols. Like we said, teamwork-wise, it's really impressive. They seem to have fixed a little bit of miscommunication they had on Inferno.
Yep.
What I'm really excited to see is now that Dignitas is in this game, let's be real, they needed that win, but not only that, like a win, a convincing win, okay? They destroyed Rez on Nuke. So now that Dignitas is in this game for last map, I'm really, really excited to see Train. Because Train has a really good balance between tactical and skills, right?
Yeah.
You can make a huge difference on Train skill-wise, but also team-wise, if you're really coordinated. It's amazing to see teams play Train, right? So now we have, I think, an even playing field.
Yes. Massive.
Train is going to be great. Probably less shaky for Dignitas once again. But I'm just so excited to go to Train.
We got to Train, that was the main thing, right? Dignitas have achieved that. But one thing I've got to ask you, what do you think is the better situation? To win first map and then end up losing the second, now playing into a third? Or is it better to have that confidence coming in from the second map? Where would you like that to sit? Because I know we spoke about Dignitas playing that scared start. Well, didn't happen on Nuke. They've got no reason to be scared if they can bring up that performance again. What we saw then on Nuke reminded me of the Overpass game against the Brazilians. They just showed their stuff. They just need to continue that through to Train.
I think it's always better to win the second map, obviously, than lose the second map. Okay, the momentum is there. But, you know, when you get destroyed like Rez was destroyed, they didn't lose much energy in that game, you know? They were getting destroyed, they were really discouraged, and then now they're just moving on. They're like, oh, that game was a fluke, whatever. But if that game went into overtime and then you lose it after winning map 1, and you know you could have ended the game like right here, that's really rough for the mental. So for Rez, I don't think they care. They're probably like, oh, we've never played Nuke. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we knew we were kind of going to lose this map. It's whatever. Let's just win on Train. And they played Train. They practiced Train during the boot camp. I don't think they were that successful because they've been vetoing all tournament long.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a tactical choice. Maybe they, oh, we're amazing on Train. Let's just keep it for the BO3s. Who knows? But they've been vetoing Train first during the group play. So I'm wondering, you know, what do they have to offer on Train? But they did play it.
Well, let's see what's going to happen. We're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere because we're coming back to break down Train and see the conclusion to this epic semi-final. We're going to Train.